Hello again, everybody. This is Man Overboard, and today I'm going to be covering a couple of different topics, but on the same kind of genre, the same kind of area. The first thing I want to cover is you're wondering why I'm wearing a high visibility vest. This little story about this high visibility vest used to be what I wore to work. Wore sometimes when I was at work. I used to work at the airport, and I used to work in a job where at times I'd have to wear this, and this along with earplugs, and go down to where the baggage would come in flights and where aircraft would come in and fix certain equipment down there. Won't go much into detail because that will reveal my complete identity. I don't really want to do this on this video. That's just a bit of the history of why I have this, but the reason I'm wearing it today is to talk about the subject of yellow, right, fluorescent high visibility vests. No, that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is the subject of standing out or peacocking, and is it a legitimate solution to guys who can't attract women? Now, I've got two books here. First one, pull it out of before it gets out of its cover, is this one, The Mystery Method by Mystery, How to Get Beautiful Women into Bed. And page 217 in the glossary, and I quote, "Peacocking, wearing outlandish clothes in the field to advertise your survival abilities to women. Being unaffected by the social pressure that this creates demonstrates higher value." Being unaffected by the social pressure that this creates, demonstrating higher value. That's one. And the second book I've got today is this one, again, by Neil Strauss. And I quote, page 22, and it says, "Mystery Love Theories. Peacock theory is the idea that in order to attract the most desirable female of the species, it is necessary to stand out in a flashy and colourful way. For humans," he told us, "the equivalent of the fan peacock tail is a shiny shirt, a garish hat, and jewellery that lights up in the dark. Basically everything I dismissed my whole life as cheesy." Okay. So that's what peacocking is. Is it a legitimate way for a guy like me to go out and attract women, beautiful women that I'd like to meet, that I feel like I'm attracted to, I know I'm attracted to? I don't know. I have a watch, an expensive watch. It's, you can see the brand, it's an Omega. This is an Omega Constellation. Unfortunately, the time is no longer working on it. The battery died this morning, so I'm going to have to get a battery later today. I've worn that. That's a pretty expensive piece of jewellery. I've worn hats where, I've worn those trucker hats, those hats that those professional cyclists, that the road cyclists wear, the ones where they round here and they have this little peak like this at the top. I've worn them out and try to be myself, and I got, I didn't get dissed. It just wasn't taken seriously. I was laughed at. I got a few comments like, nice hat. There's a guy I know, he did a fun run here, and he got dressed for the fun run in a complete spaceman outfit. Went into the bars after the fun run where all the people were getting drunk, and girls were paying him attention, but he didn't get anything for it. He just got attention, and they went back to the guys they were with. And yeah, we were actually warned beforehand that if we are going into the bar with this guy, just be prepared because it could get a bit nasty, jealous guys. And it didn't, but there were a few guys who weren't, a little bit overreactive to him in an over-aggressive way, but it didn't get out of hand. It might work for a guy like Mystery. I don't know if you know what Mystery looks like. He's a tall, very tall, well-built, gangly bloke, and he paints his fingernails black. Apparently he grows them long, wears witches hats, seems to have no problem with it. what do you guys think? Do you think peacocking is a viable solution to this attraction problem that low SMV, low sexual market value men have in this dating world? If so, what would you recommend for a guy, a 5'6" bald guy like me, to peacock with? Which leads me on to my second topic for the day, and I bought a Coke this afternoon with lunch. I don't normally drink Coke. Normally, if I do it, it's a one-off. And today, I just felt like a Coke. So I bought a Coke, and they have these things on the Coke cans here in Australia. I think they probably have them around the world as well, where it says you share a Coke with someone. And this one was interesting. Share a Coke with old mate. Now, I'm an older guy, and I have lots of younger mates, and I'm an old mate to each and every one of you, I'd hope. But I do have an old mate of mine. He's about my age, not old in the sense that he's older than me. He's my age, but we go back a long way. We go back. I met him when I was 19, and we're still mates today, and we still go out from time to time when he's not looking after his wife and kids and not busy working. Telling him that I want to get back into back into this game and trying to make up for the time that I'd lost it. And he was actually very sympathetic. He says, "Yeah, I know I had a lot of good success when I was young, and you didn't. He knew about that." And he actually told me something. I ran him past the idea of getting this hair system, and he actually thinks it's a good idea for me. A lot of people have told me it isn't, but he's known me for a long time. He's known what women think about me. He's actually tried to introduce me to a woman, and she laughed me off completely. He seems to think that the hair system would be okay for me. Then he said something else. He said, "What I would do if I were you is I'd get a hair system, and I'd go to all these young kids go to these festivals." Now, I kind of cringed at the idea. He said, "What you do over there," he says, "if you want to get with one of these beautiful young girls, is you go up to them, take $500 in cash out of an ATM machine, hand it to them, and say, 'There's more where this came from.' And watch them." He said, "Watch them. They'll cling around to you like bees to a beehive." And I kind of cringed when he said that, because I thought to myself, what's the point of doing that? If I'm going to hand random girls in public out, $500 and say there's more where that came from, I may as well just go and keep paying for sex. What's the difference? There's no difference, is there? Whether you're a sugar daddy or you're not, whether you're a sugar daddy or you're paying for sex, I mean to say, there's no difference really. At the end of the day, you're paying for it. There's no attraction there. It's just a monetary transaction. That's all it is. A monetary transaction for company or for sex. There's no attraction. So that's not what I'm after. What I'm after is attraction, mutual attraction to a girl that I'm attracted to. It's going. I understand that people are going to say, "Oh, look at you, look at you, look at you." Well, okay. I can't help what I'm attracted to, and I guess nor can women. I acknowledge that point. But people say, "Oh yeah, there's someone for everyone," and I know this person, this person who's going, he's got a girl, a lot more attractive than he is. And I thought to myself, I don't see that. Who are these guys? I never see them. And generally, when I do, even if I do see them, 9 times out of 10 or more, maybe 99 times out of 100, it has to do with the financial situation of the guy and his status. And that's not what I'm after. I'm not after monetary solutions. I'm not after go overseas and get a bride solutions. I don't want a bride. I don't want a relationship. I just want to make up for the lost time in my life that I feel it was robbed from me. I've been told I need to go and get on pills. That's coping. Getting on a pill to make you feel better is nothing more than a cope. What you need to do is fix the problems, not cope with the problems. You need to go and fix the problems. Anyway, was I going to say something else? I don't even remember now. We're off topic. No, that's about it. But let me know what you think in the comments below. If you think peacocking for me is a good idea, and what you think would be a good thing for me to wear without being laughed at, ridiculed, bearing in mind that I'm not a big guy, I'm not a tall guy, small guy. Look, I know people will say that money in itself is a term of peacocking. Having a good place to live, a flashy car, muscles, well-built muscles, top 10%, top 1% of blokes in the world in terms of their muscular size. That's peacocking in itself, and I agree. But for some of us, these things are unattainable. And at my age, which is 46, I'm still working bloody hard, and I'm probably going to be working bloody hard well into my 60s the way I'm going. And that's why another reason why I don't want to pay for it anymore. I feel it's just a money drain. If I can get something that if I can find a way to get it without having to pay for it, I'd like that to be the case. Anyway, leave your comments below, and good to have you listening again. Thank you.